And there's a lot of different ideas on how much you should have in emergency funds. I think most financial planners would say save 3 to 6 months of your spending, right? If you're spending $5,000 a month, for an example, 3 months of that's $15,000. That would give you an idea of how much to have in an emergency account. And it depends, though, Joe, because it depends upon your employment. If your employment is very steady, government job, maybe you get by a little bit less. If it's construction or something that's variable, maybe you need 6 months or a year.
Yeah, and I think what people need to look at is part of an asset class is their human capital.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm in, let's say, landscaping, right, I could have huge years and then some years are down. And then huge years, or construction, as you said, home building. But if I'm a 10-year professor, right, I have a pretty much, a safe income that is reliable. So I might not necessarily need a huge cash reserve. But if I'm in a business where I could have a really slow year, you might need 12 months of income as a cash reserve. So everything's very specific, easy for me to say.
It is.
When you start developing your plan.
It is, and I think, Joe, there's a lot of myths when it comes to emergency funds. And the first one is, should I invest my emergency fund for growth? And we would say no, because the emergency fund, the whole point of that is so you can get to it quickly when the unexpected happen. And the unexpected, it could be losing a job, and maybe if the stock market is good, great, but a lot of times the unexpected happens when the stock market is down. So you want to keep that money safe. Another one is a home equity loan. Some people think their home equity loan is their emergency fund. I'm here to tell you that does not always work. In 2008, 2009, during the Great Recession, a lot of home equity loans got shut down, including my own. And so don't consider that that's going to be there when you need it. Joe, another one is I have too much debt, right? So I can't possibly start an emergency fund because I got to pay off this debt. But things happen. You need to have
Here's
an
the problem
fund.
with that mindset, though, right? Is that your buddy, Dave.
Yeah.
Dave Ramsey,
yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Pay off debt, pay off debt, pay off debt before you do anything else. I mean, I totally disagree with that, because what happens is that you're paying off debt. I get that paying off debt is good, don't get me wrong, but if you don't have emergency cash, and let's say the car breaks down or something happens, guess what? You're just gonna have a cycle of debt again. There's no cash to pay for any type of emergency. So you're paying off this debt, you have to have a little bit of a balance of both. And, another one, once I reach retirement, I don't necessarily need a cash reserve.
Yeah, because I can pull out my IRA dollars, and you know what? You pull those out, they're all taxable. You may not be in a situation where you want to pay tax, particularly if money is tight. Do you want to pay tax on top of the emergency itself? Not really.
I mean, in every stage of life, you're going to have a different strategy, because the strategies that you utilize to accumulate wealth needs to change once you hit retirement and take distributions. So, of course, the amount of money that you have in your cash reserve is going to be different as you're accumulating, as you have small kids, as you're paying for school, and you have big mortgages. And then once you retire, you still need cash on hand, because you still need to provide yourself an income to supplement Social Security, pensions, and the like.
Couldn't agree more, Joe. Everyone needs a financial plan. Not everyone needs a planner, but everyone needs a financial plan.
Yeah, go to our website, folks. Go to yourmoneyyourwealth.com. As Al said, you don't necessarily need a planner, but you need a plan. So we got a DIY retirement guide. Do it yourself. Go to yourmoneyyourwealth.com, click on that guide, and get on your path to financial freedom.